Hey guys, welcome back to Tamiya Legends, and once again, thank you for stopping by. So, the paints have finally arrived. Pints would be probably better. I intended to get this car finished on the last video, and then when I got to the end of it, or to start doing the shell, I realised I didn't have any PS1 white paint. Anyway, it's here now. So, I'll put a link in the description to the previous video, I won't go into it. But this is basically a TTO2. It's a new kit, Toyota Supra A80 Racing it's called. It's a road version of the car, but I realised that the shell, wing and mirrors were identical to the original Toyota Toms Castrol back in 2000. So I thought that's what we're going to do. So we've got some MCI decals for it. We've changed the wheels for the Tamiya 2-piece. I could pick this up gently. So yeah, this is the stage we've got it to. There's still a fair bit to do though. So what we're going to do first is we've got to put a black splitter on it. So there's a bit of masking to do there. Once that's dried, we'll get the main window mask in, and then it's just all white, one colour. So that's easy enough. The wing stanchions need to be black. The main wing needs to be the same PS paint as the shell. And that's pretty much it. Then it's just a bit of a mission on decaling, because it's a bit of a mix and match. The decals we've got, I believe, are from the 1996 Toyota Toms Supra, which is a different shape, and it's that was the one on the TAO2W chassis, where this shape came out on the TLO1 in 2000, and now this shell is on a TTO2. So yeah, it's a little bit of a mismatch, but I think we can make it work. And this is the first Toyota Toms Castrol car I've ever done, so I am quite excited about it to see how it's going to look. There's a load of detail to do on the wheels yet as well, but before I start that, I want to make sure the stance of this car is perfect, and the only way of really telling that is once the paint's on. So I think that's just about covered that. Probably missed some stuff, but yeah, let's dig the masking tape out and get this front splitter masked off. Right, so that's the first bit masked off. A lot of work for not a great deal. So it's got that side bit and then just round the front on the other side. So I've just masked it off best I can. So that's just going to be blasted over with a couple of coats of PS5, and then we'll let it dry. Just thinking if there's anything else I can be doing in the meantime. I guess not. Let's get that black paint on there. Right, so that's the front splitter done. Couple of coats in black. Just while I'm waiting for that to dry before I take masking off, I just masked up the wing stanchions, so they're going to be black. But the rest of the wing now needs blasting over in white. So I'm going to go do the wing now separately, just while I'm waiting for this to dry. Right, so that's the next stage done. So obviously the masking's off the front. Lines are not great. Quite disappointed actually, but I'll use line tape once the white's on to sharpen it up, so it's not too much of an issue. And then we've obviously put the window masks in now. So what else have I done? I've sprayed the wings downstairs drying. So yeah, I've got the white paint warming up, so it's just a case now of getting the white on this shell. I'll do it nice and slowly and we'll build it up gradually. Don't want any blemishes, because there's a lot of this sort of paint that's going to stand out, so I think if there's any blemishes you're going to notice it instantly. Anyway, let's get some paint on. Right, that's the paint on. So as I said, that's obviously two mirrors. Just done it to brighten them up slightly from the white plastic. That's the wing. I'm going to take this masking off next job and paint those black, because I'm going to let this harden overnight before we go to the next stage. Protective film still on this. As I say, not happy with those front lines, but I will sort that out with some line tape, but I'll let it harden first. But yeah, you get the gist of it. So yeah, for you guys, I'm going to be right back, but I'm actually going to let this harden overnight and then come back to it in the morning. Okay, so just before I do call it a day tonight, I just thought I'd take the protective film off. The wing's just sat on, it's not the correct angle, but it was mainly to see the wheels and the offsets, and to be fair, they're not looking bad at all. Yeah, it might be a bit better from that angle, there's a bit of light on the chrome, but that ain't looking bad at all. As I say, I'm not happy with my lines, but I can fix that with line tape dead easy. But yeah, and the wing's supposed to sit probably about there, and we'll be able to get rid of those silly body posts soon as well, which is good. But yeah, I mean, looking at that, the wheel arches are an odd shape. They're not round. They've got a square top to them, which that's how it's supposed to be. But yeah, it just looks a little bit odd. So I think we're just gonna have to, like I say, maybe put an O-ring or something, just to sit that a little bit higher up. But yeah, I mean, initially now, that little bit of messing around we did with the wheels earlier seems to have paid off. And then from that angle, yeah, I'm liking it, really liking it. If I'm being a little bit overcritical, the rears could be going in about 1 mil, which I can't do anything about with that adapter it's got on. I can make my own, so that's not a problem. Fronts are pretty much cock on, and I've got to be honest, I love the wide dished front as well. I really like that. It looks pretty cool. So yeah, tomorrow is going to be National Decaling Day, but yeah, we'll let that paint harden. The wing, completely different colour from my car, and obviously that's been painted, but that's just kind of the way it is, unfortunately. I think once some decals are on, it'll stay there, you pig. Oh, don't stay, come on. Yeah, I think when the decals are on, you probably won't notice it as much, because we've got all these Castrol stuff coming off the top of the roof, off of the arches, onto the rear arch, then the front end. Yeah, there's... Anyway, as I say, we'll call it a day for tonight, but yeah, I'm happy with that so far. Okay, so I have just carried on a little bit, so I've just put a little bit of paint around the areas that are seen on all 4 wheels, and I've added some detail to the centres. Now, the outer rivets in black, they always work. I've put 5 in the centre, don't like them, I'll probably take them off. And I just had these old decals sort of lying around for the spokes. Again, I might end up peeling them off. Let's see if I can just show you what I mean. If I just hold that up, I've got to be careful. So that's kind of how the wheel looks now. Again, I like the rivets around the outside. Centre ones might not work, and those decals at this moment in time they don't work. But in the morning we do have the tyre decals to fit, which transform these wheels, as you know. So yeah, let's let all that harden now. So the morning after, now I must admit I had a very late night last night. I wanted to get these wheels finished. And as you can see, I have, and I've got to say I am super happy with these. Just wait till you see these on the car. These are incredible. I'm leaving all the decals on those spokes on for now, because I quite like the look of it. Whether when the car's finished I might change it, but right now that is awesome. And I've dug out my TRF 503 wheel nuts. They're like in a, I don't know, almost a gunmetal bronze colour, and they really add to it as well. So on the body side of things, I sorted out the front splitter. I've made that a lot more sharper. I've put the mirrors on. They're just popped in for now. And something I forgot, but I did late last night, I painted the wing stanchions, wing mounts, whatever you call them, black, just to give it a little bit more realism. But yeah, I'm happy with that now. Right, let's bang these wheels on, because I think you're going to be very impressed with this. Right, look at them bad boys. They really start to bring it alive. Now check this out with the shell on. Boom! How good does that look already? Obviously I'm biased because I'm building it, but yeah, I mean, initially when I saw this car I kind of thought it's not the greatest looking car, and I knew it had to have the wheels make this car, but just looking at that now with the wide dished on front and back, and now obviously the tyre decals, those wheel nuts and that detail, that looks absolutely superb. And then from down low you get a much sort of better appreciation of how it sits and the stance. Yeah, I'm really now itching to get the next stages done. So yeah, let's dig the decals out because this isn't going to be very straightforward either, unfortunately. So as you can see, there's a fair bit to go at. Now again, these decals were not made for this shape Supra, so we're going to have to do some fettling with it. And we've also got the main car decals. Now obviously this is kind of a road going car, so there's a lot of custom carbon stuff to put on, which I won't be doing. But I think initially what I need to do is the basics, get the window surrounds on, maybe the grille, some lights, just the very basics. But I've got to be mindful as I'm doing it because I don't want to put anything on that's going to affect when these decals go on, if that makes sense. So the front grills on the car, you know, I could put a little bit of carbon in there, but this decal here that runs from the front light up the bonnet, and then it goes around with this big number on. So I'm going to have to kind of cut them out individually once I start on these sheets, just to make sure I'm not going to be overlapping or something needs to go over the other way around, if that makes sense. So I think the best place to start is window surrounds as always. Right, that's the window surrounds on, and was pretty horrendous. I never enjoy doing those, but yeah, you get the idea. Don't half change the appearance of the shell now. Now, the original car, obviously these are the decals from the TTR2 kit. The window visor underneath that is silver, so I put that on. But on the MCI sheet, obviously I've gone over it with white because this has some Toyota Toms decals and things like that go on the visor. So I could take that back off and go with silver, but I'll have a little play first of all. So anyway, next up is I think we've got a grille to put on the front, and then the lights. Now the MCI lights aren't very detailed, they're a bit crappy, so I'm going to go with the kit ones. So they're not going to really match. I'll just dig them out. It's that style there. So they're not going to kind of match. It's going to be a little bit more modern looking, but I kind of like that, if that makes sense. This is going to look a little bit more modern, especially with the carbon. I'm thinking of putting like this section here with the twin exhaust, and it's also got a double exhaust there as well that goes on the back. So I'm thinking of kind of using those carbon decals where I can, because I think that might look pretty cool, and it just makes it a little bit more custom as well, which I like. As I say, until it's finished we won't know if it's worked properly or not, but anyway, let's bat on. Right, so that's basically all the car decals on, and I just wanted to jump back on and show you this, because if the Castrol doesn't work and I can't get the decals to sort of look right, then I will go back to this, because that's just an awesome looking car in my opinion, and with a little bit more detail with the vents and things, and baby door lines. That'd be awesome just like that, to be honest. I'm a fan of that. So the front, I've used a kit light decals, so obviously it's supposed to be all what do you call it, carbon decals, so these might have to come off and I might have to use the MCI ones, but I thought we'll try them first, because the Castrol ones come from this angle round. So again, I thought we'd fit it first. I went with the kit grill instead of the MCI one. And let me just see if I can just turn this round so you can see the backlights. And that's what we've done. Let me see if I can lower this. So I've used that now. I don't know if I like it or not. I liked it because it had the exhaust. Maybe I should just cut the exhausts out and put them on, or cut this carbon off. Again, kit lights, these exhausts here. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure yet, but we're now at the stage for the Castrol decals. But I'm looking at that. Stick in the comments, guys. Would you? I mean, obviously I'm not going to, but would you be tempted to leave it like that? Because You imagine that with a body post cut and a little bit more detailing. What a good looking car that is. This shell is way better than I thought. When I dreamt this little project up, I thought, yeah, it's going to be okay, but seeing it like that and because of the wheels and what have you, it is absolutely superb. So, I think we'll start with the roof. I think that's probably the best place to start. Or should I go for the lights of the bonnet first of all and work backwards? Okay, let's cut some of these Castrol decals out. Right, that's the first ones on. They went on okay. Looks a bit mess at the top with the grille, but that can't be helped. So obviously it doesn't fit correctly at the lights, but I'm not too concerned about that. I think when everything's on, little things like that are not going to be noticed, and to be honest, it doesn't look terrible. But yeah, that looks pretty good. So let's bang. I think I'll just concentrate on the bonnet now on the front. There's no point going to the roof and what have you. Let's although saying that, if I can't make those roof ones fit, no, I'm sure you will. Yeah, let's concentrate on the bonnet. Right, so that's pretty much the front done. It does look a little bit bare here, but that is actually kind of how the real box art car looks. I'm having fun doing this because obviously the decals are going in slightly different places. So I've got a little bit of sort of artistic license to put them kind of where I want roughly in the right position. And I've got to be honest, it's kind of fun. But yeah, so that's basically the front. So I'm moving on to these things. Now, it does look like I'll be able to follow the shape of the window. That's going to be quite tricky to get on, but these are important ones to get right. So I'll cut the other one out and then we'll attempt to get these roof ones on. Right, that's a little bit more done. Again, a little bit of bodging needed, but I try to get this line as close as I could to the window, which made the top slightly out. Could be because of reproduction decals, and again, they're not supposed to fit this shape shell, but it's similar. But yeah, I've got them on, and I like them, to be honest. They look great. Then obviously we went for the big Castrol roof sticker, but then I just wanted to finish this sun visor off to see how it was going to look, and I think that's kind of tidied it up slightly. That looks pretty good to me. So yeah, I'm not too sure what's next. I know there's some Castrol that goes here, you know, the Castrol logo, but it's definitely not for this car. It should have a vent here, so I might struggle with that. So I think I'll go with the number 36 first. I'll put that in a position and some logo badges, and then we'll see what we're left with. Right, so we've hit some mini disasters, and it was going so well. So first one I've had to bodge is this one here. Now that V shape there, it's the original car's got a vent, like like a carbon effect vent. So I will have to put something over that, but I'll leave that till the end. And then I had to cut round the arch. But this was a shocking bit, which was this back end. These were all in little pieces, and obviously I had a look at the original car from '96, and it's quite a different shape than this, hence why they did the decals in these sections. So I've really had to bodge this bit, again overlap it, cut round, and I'm not happy with that. And also that MCI decal's got a load missing, which I never noticed, but there's not a lot I can do about that. So I'm just going to leave that to the end and see maybe if I can get a decal over that section. If I can cover that up a little bit, it'll look way better. That back bit looks reasonably okay. So I've mirrored it on the other side, obviously. That decal's how it should be. But again, I want to put something here to cover the lines. Reasonably happy with that. So what I'm going to do now is, because I'm getting a little bit low on decals, I'm going to put I think there's only 3 decals on the wing, 2 Castrols on the side and then a big Castrol across the middle. And we'll get the wing on, and then I want to see what I'm left with, because I fancy a little green Castrol going here possibly. But we'll see. Right, so another half an hour later. So what I've done now is put Bridgestone on these sills, a couple of decals. I've put sponsorship decal over the green that I wasn't happy with, and I kind of like that. It's not perfect, but it certainly takes my eyes away from it now. So obviously I've done that on both sides, so I'm happy with that. I've finished the back end. I'm not going to do anything else other than that. I've got a trim underneath there yet, because I didn't cut it to its correct cut lines, but I quite like that. Wing, we've got dead straightforward, obviously. Yeah, that went well. Oh my goodness me. Oh gosh. Right, you get the idea. So I think I'm in a position now where I can put the wing on properly. I think there's a Patronus or whatever, or Pretenza, whatever it is, white decal to go across there. So I think we'll get the wing on, and then we've got a load of little decals still left to put on. Quite a lot actually in drivers' names, but I'm still not happy with this section here. As I say, we're supposed to have a vent there, so I need to do something with that, and I'm not too sure what. I have got the MCI front grille here, so I wonder if I cut that up maybe that vent there, there's two, and just put that in the middle. Anyway, we'll have a look at that. Yeah, this has turned into a right mission now, and I'm not loving it anymore, I've got to be honest. It was never going to be perfect, I know, but anyway, let's carry on. We're in full bodge mode. Oh dear. So, obviously, first time you've seen it with the wing on. It's very basic. Probably could do with some maybe decals here, I don't know. So I've showed you that bodge, and this is my vent bodge I've done. I'm reasonably happy with it, if I'm honest. It's covered that V up, done it on both sides. Oops, and I just used the MCI front grille, which obviously I didn't use. So yeah, it's not ideal, but if you didn't know this car and you just glanced at it now with those two bits I really didn't like, I have kind of covered them up. The bodge is strong with this one today. Right, I need to go through. I put the drivers' names on either side as well, but there's still a lot of little sponsorship decals, so I'm going to get them all cut up, and then we'll get it finished now. Right, I'm calling that done. I'm sat here giggling to myself. This has been such a bodge, just putting decals anywhere. I actually missed the large Castrol on either side, so I had to take my door handle off and put that, but it actually does make the car look way better. Some more sponsorship here and there. I don't think there's anything on the front. Oh, there is. I put the big Bridgestone across there to use it up. Again, this side just a sponsorship decals, but I think they look pretty cool. The Castrol, and then on the back windscreen there's that Potenza and the number 36. So that looks pretty cool. Wow, I really wanted something for here, but I don't actually have anything. But obviously we'll go away and we'll just look at this for a while. Anyway, let's get it on the chassis, see what the finished product looks like. Boom, she's done. Oh, I don't even know what to think of it right now. My head is mashed. Looks good though, doesn't it? I think it looks great. Again, whether it looks better without as a street car, I mean, it certainly looks great, but yeah, there's a lot going on with that car, isn't there? From a different angle. I need to get the body posts are not quite right yet. I need to lift the rear up about 1 mil on this side. I'm just giving you the gist of, so you know what it kind of looks like. And from that angle, it does look well, doesn't it? It looks like a Japanese GT car. Yeah, it looks superb. Got to be happy with that. I've got to trim some off the sill. Probably about 1 mil and a half, and I'll tidy that back end up as well. This bit, I'll put some shape onto it. My idea of leaving it a little bit longer didn't really work. But yeah, what do you think, guys? Are you a fan? God, that's taken some doing, hasn't it? But it is it's a looker, isn't it? And she's done. And I don't know how I feel about it at the moment. As I said, my head's a little bit mashed with it. I had to do a lot more to that to bodge it to make it look like this than I ever expected. But we've got to think about what we've achieved. We've taken that basic TTO2 car and we've made a hybrid from it, from the 1996 car mixed with the 2000 car. And it doesn't look out of place. I think you could quite happily buy that as a kit. You know, I don't think it looks daft. But it's certainly a one-off. This will be the only car that's exactly like that in the whole world. Yeah, it's good. I'll be interested in the comments if any of you are saying it looked better as the street going car, because it did look really good. But I guess if you're sort of my generation and you grew up with Tamiyas, then obviously the Castrol livery was a very famous one, wasn't it, from back in the day? But yeah, I'm happy with that. I'll go away and I'll look at it for 24 hours, 48 hours now to see if I need to add anything to it. Maybe put some lines on. As I say, there's a big space on the bonnet I'm not overly happy with. But yeah, I think it looks okay. Stick in the comments what you think. I don't know how long this video's been, so if it's bored you to death, I do apologise. But that's the nature of doing these kind of custom builds. I know it's not like a proper custom build, but you get what I mean. You don't know what's around the corner with it. You don't know what's going to fit, and you certainly don't know what's not going to fit. That's always an issue. Anyway, we'll call it a day at that. So again, thanks so much for watching. It's really appreciated. If you are new to this channel, if you could please consider liking and subscribing to support us. And if you do that, smash that notification buzzer for our weekly videos. And as always, guys, happy arseeing.